Hi, neighbors. Nice to see you tonight. It is November 11th, Tuesday, November 11th. And tonight I want to discuss why the city sells houses for a dollar and whether or not it's a good thing for the community. First, I'd like to say this is my first live after the election. So I want to take a quick opportunity to just say thank you to everyone. Thank you so much for trusting me with this. Thank you so much for the honor of becoming your mayor. I'm so excited. I'll be sworn in on Thursday night, and I'm really looking forward to it. Again, we're inside because it's pretty much winter now. There's snow on the ground. So you get to see a little bit of a different angle of my house. And you get to be in the mayor's house and hear about some things in the city. So let's cut right to the chase tonight. This won't be a long video. I just want to explain why we're selling houses for a dollar. I've had a lot of people ask me about this via inbox and at doors and just popping around in town. And I didn't really know the answer. So I found out. And I have great news for everybody. This is a really good thing that we're doing. An old boss of mine always told me, Angel, don't bury the lead when I would write executive summaries. So I thought I would just open by letting you know, guys, this is really great. So here's how it works. The city acquires homes that are in really bad condition, homes that nobody's going to buy, homes that need an extensive amount of work, not to just be prettied up, but things like a new roof, new HVAC, new windows, like big project kinds of things. And the housing board actually does this, and there are vacancies on that board, and there are some really cool people on it. So if you want to join a great board and help get families back in homes, housing board is definitely one you should think about. Please reach out to me and I will help you get on board. You can also just go to the city's website and fill out the form and do it all on your own. But if you want to talk about it a little bit, we definitely can. So the city acquires these homes that are in terrible disrepair, and then they look for buyers. And then the housing board has to vet the buyers and ensure that they actually have the assets available to handle all of these repairs. They either have to have the money, obviously, or a track record of being able to perform these types of things on their own. Maybe they're a contractor. But there's a lot of things that go into the vetting process to ensure that we're not just selling this house and it's just going to end up staying dilapidated and a wreck. So the housing board takes care of a lot of that. Members of the housing board go ahead. Sorry, I'm shaky tonight. I'm on my work desk and I don't usually do Zooms from here, or I'm sorry, YouTube's from here. I do Zoom and it's a little bit different when I do. So I'll try not to shake anymore. Um, but the housing board goes out, members of the board go and they evaluate the house and see exactly what it needs and try to come up with a figure of approximately how much it's going to cost to bring the house up to code and to make it livable. And then that's how it's presented. So these are really good things. I mean, you've probably, if you watched any of my videos, you've heard me complain about the empty houses in my neighborhood. There's one right down the street this way that neighbors tell me was infested with cats after the previous owner passed away, and that there's no hope for that house. There's a house right over here that's empty. It's not dilapidated, but it's empty. They don't keep up on the grass. Somebody told me that a hoarder owns it. I don't know. That's just rumor in the neighborhood. But it's empty. Those are two houses right there that could have families in them. Right up at Hoffman and Maple, there's a house that was recently condemned. There's another one down the street. They're everywhere. They're throughout many of the neighborhoods in our town. And I'm sure if you're anything like me, you want to see that stop and find out what we can do to get these homes fixed up and get families back inside of them. I look at it this way. Every family that buys a house opens up a rental. And that's really important to me. I want to see families in homes. I don't want any homes vacant for no reason, especially not in disrepair. That makes our neighborhoods look bad. It invites crime. It invites squatters. Um, it's just a really bad thing. So I'm really happy to learn about what we're doing with, selling homes for a dollar and how the vetting process works. And I encourage any of you who are really interested in this to either just apply to be on the board if you want to make the commitment, or go ahead and just go to a meeting. They meet at, I think, like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm pretty sure it's on a Tuesday. They actually met the day that I did my paperwork to get on the ballot, so I know it's early in the morning, but they could really use some help, as almost all of our boards could. I believe only the DDA and potentially the HDC, Historic District Commission. I think they might have a vacancy, but I actually haven't checked in a little while. The DDA is full, but all of our other boards need people. And folks are constantly asking me, okay, well, give me a call when when you know what you want me to do. And I keep telling people, find your passion and then find the spot. So if housing is something that you're excited about improving around here, the housing board would be a great place for you. If you happen to be a real estate agent or a contractor or have a background in home repair or finance or mortgages or anything like that, I especially encourage you to apply to be on that board. Those would be some great types of backgrounds to have to join that board. But even if you just have time and passion, like that's fantastic. Um, I have told a few people just quietly here and there, but I will be working with the city manager to introduce a resolution to produce a task force to work on homelessness. And I don't want that to take away from the housing board because they're doing an amazing job. And these two will, not exactly work hand in hand, but probably side by side because they're both, in my opinion, doing the Lord's work. But if you've thought about what can you do about homelessness, or if you have some really good ideas, maybe some lived experience, please keep that in the back of your mind because I want to get that started up really quickly. So why are we selling houses for $1? Because we have to, because nobody will buy them if we don't. And is it a good thing for the community? Yes, absolutely. And please get involved. If this isn't your passion, something else is. Find that passion, reach out to city staff, reach out to me. You can reach me at mayor@threeriversmi.org, my official email now. So please feel free, or just stop by a commission meeting and we can talk about it. Also, I will be having some meet and greets. I said I would do at least one a month, and I'm looking at probably the first one being in December. And seeing as it's cold, I think I'm going to just rent some space at the library and do it then. So I hope you guys will come. I might just sit there and have a cup of coffee by myself, but maybe some folks will show up and we can start some really good conversations because you guys, we're writing the next chapter starting now. So thank you so much for tuning in. Yay, I did keep it pretty quick today. This might be one of my quickest videos ever. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for trusting me to be your mayor. I appreciate every single one of you. And I look forward to getting to know you and more people and watching more families get inside homes. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful night.